apparently when the money on the wood, J-Mo played good. So going into, I think, his 4th year, because first year he played a little bit. I think second year, then he had like a suspension. Then last year he had another suspension, and then this year, this was 4th year, with the 5th year option already exercised, I believe, and he's been going crazy. All camp, explosive. He put the number 1 on, and he the one. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And I'm not surprised. I mean, you got to remember, he played really one college football season. One college season, a lot of adversity. I mean, you got to think about the guys he played behind at Ohio State before he transferred to Alabama. He played behind a guy, Garrett Wilson, one of the best receivers in the league. Chris Olave, I think one of the best receivers in the league. So yeah, I mean, a lot of probably like, am I good enough? A lot of doubt, or went to Alabama and was, he was the guy, injured his knee. It was a lot of growing up that he needed to do. But like I said, man, when I talk about NBA contracts, they don't pay you for what you did. They pay you for what you're going to do for them. And for Jameson Williams, the pick is like right now. The pick is for a healthy Jameson Williams, trials and tribulations. Nobody perfect. Trust and believe me, nobody perfect at all, man. It's a lot of y'all like to criticize him, especially guys in their 40s, women in their 50s. But some of the things that you done and that at that age that you may or may not got caught for, like, you could say these guys are idiots. You were doing things with $10 in your pocket. I can attest to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, things that you're not proud of. So with money in his pocket, things happen. But he the Miami Dolphin insiders are praising him. A bunch of the Lions reporters are praising him. I mean, him and Melifanu got into it on Wednesday. He burnt him on Thursday. He just said J-Mo was talking too much. So they had to clash. But, him, morphing into that receiver, getting bigger, stronger, faster, trusting that knee, still somewhat of a body catcher, but so is guys like Michael Irvin. Talk about some of the greatest hands catchers. I mean, obviously, if you've seen Madden, Amon-Ra St. Brown got a 99 to catch, but you start talking about the Keyshawn Johnsons, the Chris Carters, the Randy Mosses, and guys that were, money when you were throwing them for Larry Fitzgerald, guys that just had great, Calvin Johnson, who had great hands. He may never be that, but you think about it, most, deep threats. I mean, Randy Moss probably had the greatest hands of any deep threat. And it's a different animal being a deep threat and catching the football. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun Jackson had really good hands too. But, some of the things you've seen is catching the ball over the middle in traffic. So it looking like, he may morph into that true number 1 receiver. And one thing about the Lions receiving corps, I mean, they're athletic. St. Brown is athletic. Tesla's athletic. Say what you say about Patrick, big and strong and athletic. J-Mo, I mean, I know Laporta went down. It's minor, but, we already know we going to get from Sam Laporta. And if J-Mo is moving them chains over the middle and catching in traffic, I mean, they're going to be hard to defend. But the one thing I'm going to contest to, and I'm going to keep saying, is they can't get away from running the football. I see them throwing it to Montgomery out the backfield, and watching him in Chicago, I knew he can catch. So yeah, throwing them out, to the ball out the backfield, and some of the things that they that they doing, man. But yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. I believe phenomenal team. Phenomenal players, and if they all can mesh together under, John Morton, I think it's going to be beautiful. But J-Mo is really the key, him doing this thing now, if he grow into that, and, you get Tesla, you get Patrick just doing what he supposed to do, he did. I mean, the money on the line, you just hope that you pay him, that the maturity is there, you know what I'm saying? That's what you hope. You give him the money and the maturity is there. The right decision making is there. Sometimes you give these guys money and they just stop trying. I don't really get that from him. I think he actually loves football, but we've seen what happened with Kenny Galladay. You know what I'm saying? We've seen what happened with him. Um, he got the money, and then he just, didn't want to play football no more. And then, the Giants had their issues with wide receivers too, so that is true. I mean, or the Giants had their issues with quarterbacks, but this can unlock the offense. But unfortunately, also it can set the offense back a little bit too if you try to force feed the guy. You get away from running the ball. But Goff is, the difference between Jared Goff and a guy like Matthew Stafford. Stafford is going to force feed his best receivers. It's kind of like when Kirk Cousins threw that ball to Justin Jefferson on Buffalo, which, y'all know I love Justin Jefferson. It's my, I think he's the best receiver in football. It's my favorite receiver. No disrespect to nobody else. And you give him a chance, and I think that's a good thing, for Matt. But Goff is a little different. He don't mind handing the ball off 50 times if we gonna win. He gonna distribute, go through his progressions, distribute accordingly. But there are times where you need to force feed your guy, and Goff does that. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he can find him. But he hit, Jameson on the 50-yard bomb. They clicking. So if he get to clicking with Jameson like he was with DJ Shark, and Jameson doing things over the middle, the Lions gonna be tough to compete with. And then you hear all these great things about the defense. Really, if they can just stay healthy, and that'll be the question. That'll be the $1 million question if they can stay healthy. So they got a tough schedule. They're gonna need all hands on deck. You talking about Baltimore, Cincinnati, I think we play Cleveland. Their defense is really good. Who else in that division? Cleveland. Steelers later in the year at home. That's still a good football game. Philadelphia, Washington, Dallas. It's a Hall of Fame mode, or was it all Madden mode type of schedule? So we'll see what they do with it. But honestly, I look forward to them playing. I'm not really itching still to see football. Obviously in life priorities change and all that stuff. But I ain't really got the itch to see it like I used to. And I guess that comes with maturity. Get here. But I'm telling you, probably one of the reasons why I'm really not itching is like time feel like it's moving faster than it never moved before. Time is moving fast, very, very fast. But hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. It's the first link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe the whole nine. And let me know what y'all think about J-Mo being on the up and up, on the rise for a big year. Hopefully he stay healthy. Peace.